What are you talking about? My dad. What are you talking about?
Is that all right?
Which story? It started out. Yeah. What story are you talking about? Oh, Fred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The old Fred. You remember? I mean, these ain't.
Pull that thing up to your mouth a little bit. Act like it's a cheeseburger. Get it in there. Get it in there so the people can hear. Yeah, go. What were you saying? Yeah.
Well, yeah. So when Fred, this was before COVID. This was
Yeah.
10 years, 10, 11 years ago. I lost some weight. I don't know if you lost any weight.
Oh, yeah. Well, I found it.
We were at a birthday party. I think it was B&B's birthday, and I had lost 40 or 50 pounds.
Really?
Fred says, "Coop, you lost a little bit of weight, didn't you?" I said, "Yeah, I lost 40 or 50 pounds, Fred." And Fred said, "Oh, well, yeah, I lost 200 pounds, but I mean, that 40 pounds is pretty nice."
Yeah, oh my gosh, I remember that. I swear to God, that was back before the Ozempic days. I wonder if that's what he had. He's not around to ask anymore, but you know what I mean? I bet he'd had that.
Oh, I think he
dropped 200 pounds. I mean, that's like jelly roll. He's dropping 200 pounds.
He was going to the gym and stuff, wasn't he?
My dad?
Wasn't he?
No.
Oh.
My dad's never seen the gym. No, he never saw the gym. He did get a Bowflex, and I laughed at him one time. I'm like, why you get this Bowflex?
You remember when he gave us the cold cash?
The what? Oh, out of the freezer.
The cold cash.
Oh my gosh!
Let me get you some cold cash.
Yeah, what did we do? Bring it? Oh, we brought him that mantle. That mantle. Yeah.
He got some actual cold cash out of the freezer.
Yeah, out of the freezer, like the good old days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Old Fred. Yeah. Man, well, welcome to the podcast. Cooper, you're back. Sorry, we just got into it. We hadn't been at it for a while. Jeff was had a couple back surgeries, and we're super glad to have him back. So we're all a little rusty. Give us a little grace or delete us, whatever works. But yeah, I remember those days. Remember that last time we were around him, by the way? We rolled down the window. I still got that video. Hey, you want to run him? He goes, fuck, F you.
Yeah. Then he wanted us to delete it. He didn't want Bo to see it.
Oh, hell. Yeah.
But we were going somewhere. You remember where?
To the cigar bar.
The cigar bar. And we were sitting there. And the three of us were sitting there. And old Fred, just out of the blue, turns around. What?
We're sitting in this open room and these huge chairs with these backs to them, so they would echo. Everything would echo, and for him, yeah,
and he turns around. Huh? What the hell's he saying?
I don't know. He was nervous.
Some guy was on the phone, had the Bluetooth in his ear, talking to himself. Fred thought he was talking to him, and he started.
Oh, to get old.
Character.
Yeah, we're next in line to be old for our kids. Oh, wait, he
just had a birthday.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, he called me. Brooklyn asked me, I said, hey, I got to talk to Wade today. He called me, and I said, Cooper called me. I answered the phone. I said, hello? And it was Wade. He goes, happy birthday, you old son of a bitch. I laughed, and Brooklyn says, does he still sound like Donald Duck? I said a little bit.
He's getting some
got that,
in his voice.
He's got a little.
Yes, he did. I told him to say, I said, tell Rai happy birthday, you old son of a gun.
Oh, yeah.
And he didn't.
Well, that was, yeah.
He listens to his mom too much.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was after that. She put up to that. That was the funniest thing ever. Happy birthday, you old son of a bitch. I'm like, he's part of the club now.
He laughed. He still says it.
Yeah. So, is he helping out on the farm?
We got him a couple goats the other day, and he was dragging the goats in the barn. And one of them's a bottle goat, but it's weaned now, so it's off the bottle. It's eating grain, and he's trying to break that thing to lead. And I got a video of him. I'll show it to you later. But he's dragging this thing in the barn. When you first get them a halter on them, they're not broke. They're not broke to lead. You got to work on it. And it's a little one, and he's dragging this thing in, and I'm filming it, okay, because we got it off the trailer, and I thought this would be nice for a scrapbook sometime, and I'm filming this deal, and thought he's coming in here, first shot, and all of a sudden he says, "Get the hell in here!"
Where's he learning this behavior from his pawpaw?
I think so, yeah. Get the hell in here! And then here's Rowan in the background.
Oh, jeez.
Get up here, you son of a...
Oh, Rowan, she doesn't play.
But the whole thing's on video. I need to probably delete.
It's
that
been a
stuff.
lot of fun to watch those kids grow up. I like how you're documenting it. It's very unique how you do it. I pay attention to that stuff. In a sense, part of this podcast is for my kids too, in a way.
Yeah.
But what you're doing is the same thing. It just looks different, and I like that a lot. You guys added a piece of machinery to the fleet, a Ranger, or what'd you get?
Oh, the side by side.
Side by side, yeah. We gonna run them one day?
We should. Mine's a 2-seater. What's yours? 4-seater.
Well, look at me. It's probably a 1. You can get 4 or 5 or 6 normal people in it, but
yeah,
it's got 2 bench seats or whatever.
Yeah, those things are. I mean, you use yours for hunting. I use mine to feed.
Hey, let's not pretend here. We use it to ride around and pretend that we're hunting because I mean we don't kill much of nothing. Turkey season's coming up.
Yeah.
But I see butterballs 19 cents a pound at Walmart right now, so I mean sleep in and go get a turkey.
Oh
I'm kidding.
man, but no, them things they're nice. They make feeding a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What made you get it?
Cold weather.
Cold
carrying
weather.
buckets of feed.
Tired of carrying shit. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we've had an old. I mean, I joke about this thing being a Gen 1 Cup here, but we had like an old mule, like the first model Kawasaki mule.
Oh, yeah.
Came out with it was.
Those are good.
It runs nice, it's easy to work on, but there's no heat, there's no windshield, there's no top.
You're describing my grilling experience. The last grill I used at your place. There's no heat.
So
no top.
yeah. So I needed. We're getting older. I needed some heat. So and
so it's enclosed. It's a
yeah,
cab?
it's all enclosed. Yeah.
Gee
yeah.
whiz, man.
Yeah, we can stay out of the rain, stay out of the cold.
Wow.
Makes things a whole lot easier.
Yeah, for those that don't have livestock, you probably don't even understand. You don't get a day off. If it's raining, snowing, whatever, you're out there feeding.
Yeah. Yep. That's right.
Yeah, that's so. I'm excited for National Livestock Day. People that take care of livestock. Is that coming?
I think
it's
it
National.
is. It's
Everybody
National
else
Day,
Day, but
yeah.
that. So when that
Yeah.
comes,
I think yes.
you know I'm coming for you.
So you bought a freezer beef off.
I did.
us.
Yeah, that's
Half a beef.
yeah.
That's probably one of the better ones that. I think
And
we
this
ever
is a
raised.
no shitter. I'm being dead serious. I'm not saying this because you're sitting here. That's the best beef I've ever had. I'm being for real.
And it's not. I mean, I think that one you got. You're supposed to give me a couple ribeyes.
Yeah, we got to go back to the house. Yeah,
But what?
they're on the grill right now.
You
so
got them.
they
How'd you
should be
get them
done
cut?
anytime.
Extra thick, didn't you?
I got 1.25 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you go thicker next time?
Well, I haven't tried the steaks yet. The fillets I have, and no, I would stick with that thickness.
So the fillets,
The fillets are that thick, yeah.
okay? Yeah.
And you know what? A fun fact: I eat about, me personally, 3 pounds a week, probably 2.5, 3 pounds a week
3 pounds of beef.
of beef, with my meal prep. So I'll set out those
You prep your meals.
just for like, yeah. I mean, I'm not skinny by accident, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You know?
Keep going. Keep
Oh,
going.
this is fat skinny.
Okay.
This is fat skinny. No, I like to meal prep, which all my meal prep is not weight loss. It's just ready to eat. So, like, I
Okay.
make cowboy beans. You want to hear what it is? You want to hear about my meal prep?
Okay, but I want to hear about this. Freeze this beef.
Well, it involves
okay,
your
hey,
beef.
go
Yeah,
ahead,
so
go
I'll
ahead.
use the beef. I got it 90-10 also. So it's 90-10 lean. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Usually at the store I'd get like 93-7. But anyway, they did it 90-10, so it's a little bit leaner. Had the ground beef packaged per pound, so I'll thaw out, for my cowboy beans, I thaw out 2 pounds and then 1 can of the zero sugar beans. And I mix that all together and I separate it out to 5 servings.
How big is the can of beans? Like a
It's the
gallon?
big one.
Okay.
No, it's like it's beef
Liter.
heavy.
Like
It's
a
beef
liter.
heavy.
Okay.
And then my other meal prep is ground turkey. I make sloppy joes meat with it. I don't eat much bread.
We don't have.
I'm still
turkey,
fat
but
though.
we-
That's the
yeah.
weird thing. So I just like the meat part of it. But
So
that
them
ground beef
cowboy
is
jeans,
good.
Would that be? I mean, it's kind of like chili, isn't it?
Well, not really. Well, yeah, it is.
You
It's
make
just-
some. You make some good chili.
Well, thank you.
And you remember we used to do that stuff. We talked about that
Well,
last time.
let's
about
talk
the
about it
chili.
again.
Well, no, but the cowboy beans is a whole different. It's like a whole different version of your chili.
Well,
probably.
what I do is I get a big onion, and then I get 2 or 3 poblano peppers, and I dice the shit out of those real good. I saute them, and then I'll throw in the 2 pounds of ground beef, and get it all browned up. And then that one can of beans, it's about, like I said, about that tall, about the size of your coffee cup. And it's the 0 sugar one. So it's not the best tasting, but put that in there, mix it up. It's hearty. It's hearty. But let me tell you, do not get stuck in an elevator with somebody. You know what I mean? Like, it's coming.
Yeah.
You're going to be.
Do you think you could do that same thing with sausage instead of the hamburger?
Well, you could do it with cereal. I mean, you could do it with anything. I wouldn't. You know
what I'm getting at is
I like
freezer beef, butcher hogs. You can get a hog a lot cheaper than a beef.
Oh yeah.
You grind that whole thing up into sausage.
Whole hog sausage.
And then make that. We do that a lot. We use a whole hog sausage instead of hamburger.
So
we've always got.
You probably know more about this than I do, and I'm probably hung up on the dumbest things. So like saturated fat, we're always trying. We talked about losing weight. You and I have lost 1,000 pounds between us. And so I always think like, man, if it's like 70-30, you're just eating fat, right? But am I dumb by thinking, can't you just drain all the fat and then you got the leaner beef? Is that, I mean, by theory, wouldn't that make sense?
Probably, but I would say, I mean, you probably ought to ask a skinny guy something like this stuff.
Jeff,
but
what do we do here? Jeff, he is skinny.
Moderation, I mean, that's probably what that
I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
moderation went out the window when I was 12. Yeah. Okay. Moderation.
Balance, moderate. I think that's what,
you know,
that's what it sounds like.
I hang on to things from people that mean a lot to me. Jay Scheninger told me this a long time ago, and it was really about his dad. But he says, you got one body, man. Use it. Like, use it. If you use it, you lose it, right? Basically, was the gist of the story. So, yeah, I'm 100 miles an hour on pretty much anything.
Yeah,
and everything.
One body.
I mean, we got one life to live. Let's go at it.
That's your temple. You got to take
Well, I wouldn't say this is more of a museum of artifacts.
Well, you need to make it your temple.
It is. Yeah, I'm working on that. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah. So you have, that's interesting. You've got things that you hold on to that people have told you in the past. People that mean, what do you hold on to? I tell you.
There's a lot.
Is there?
Oh, there's a lot. Yeah. No, you're my best friend. There's no doubt about it. I don't want to tell you that because it'll go to your head. Wait, I just told you that. But anyway, no, there's a lot of things I've forgotten most of them, but they'll come back to me. Yeah. What about me? Have I
well,
said
I like to write. I tell people just
down.
write it down. Write that down.
Yeah.
That's a good. If I say, write that down.
Well, I do have in my phone, like I have notes of. Let me find it here. Anyway, I have comments and notes that I write, but they're usually thoughts of my own.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That makes
I mean,
sense.
there's 1,000 things that you've said that I've forgotten about, but I remember them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like this is an episode of those dad jokes where we're just sitting there ignoring each other, making just random comments, and we're definitely getting canceled after today. But yeah, back to the beef though. What about the leanness? Is that even a big deal? Should I forget about that?
Yeah, I think no. It's a big deal, but I think that here lately, I don't want to call it a trend, but there's a lot of coming back to beef talon, using beef fat.
Well, yeah,
doing it, cooking with it instead. So it's funny how things circle back around.
Sure, yeah, it is. So that beef talon, though, like if somebody was to say, "Coop, I want a half a beef," you don't get to. How do you get the beef talon? I'm stupid with this.
Well,
stuff.
so a lot of that stuff, that butcher shop's just tossing.
So they'll keep it for you.
Yeah, you tell them that you want to keep it. When we'll take a beef into the butcher shop, and there's a few butcher shops we like to use, but if we're selling a half, typically we'll sell a half or a whole. Whenever we get down to a quarter, it just gets tricky because you're not. I mean, you think about it. That animal, it's a whole animal. It's got half. You can do a half of a side or half of the other side.
And for people, and I'm not being a smart aleck, but for people that don't understand the half, you cut it the long way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So then you take that left half or right half. I like the right half.
Why?
I just feel like it's the right way.
I see. That went way over my head.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So anyway, you take that half, the right or the left half, and then if you're getting a quarter, So how are you going to do it then? You're going to get a front of that half or the back of that half?
Oh,
And
I
there's going to be
see.
different cuts.
So they
involved.
do it that way?
Well, they can do it that way. That's a half of a quarter, or that'd be a front or a back quarter. Or you can just take that half and you partner up. Me and you are going to split
Yeah.
half, but we all have to. You do it where we split that whole half, and we have to cut it the same. So the steaks, the butcher shop's only going to deal with you or me, and I'm going to tell them, hey, I want it cut 1.5 inches or 1.25 inches, or I want my hamburger packaged at 2 per package, but you want them 4 per package. Well, what do you?
Yeah.
So it gets caught, and then they're going to charge more to do it. So we try to just do it a half or a whole. You can break it down, but you're losing that value if you start. If you start getting a quarter, you're losing that value of trying to save some money.
I've never heard that before. That actually makes a lot of sense. Would that still apply on a hog though? Not as much, probably.
It would, but a hog you're looking at a smaller animal anyway, so you're not.
You're gonna get half at best.
Yeah,
half
yeah.
or a whole.
And you're not the issue is the amount of money that you're putting up front. You know, the customer wants to. You know, beef prices are getting higher, and the last couple of years they're higher than what they've traditionally been, which is good for the farmer.
Yeah.
But when you're selling these freezer beef, that's a big chunk. I mean, a lot of people buy a whole one. You're talking, you know, let's say 4,000 for all in all that meat.
For a whole hog or for a whole beef. Sorry.
Yeah. So it's a big chunk that you really got to budget for and allow for. But the hog's a little different. I mean, it's still a big chunk, but it's a total pounds, a lot less, so it's easier to swing it.
Yeah.
So that you don't get into where I'm going with this is we don't get into that conversation of the quarters and halves. It's usually just a whole hog.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot more sense. I know, like I put a little post together when I went and picked that up. I could reshare that after this.
You ought to do that.
I think it was helpful for a lot of people that's never done it, like how many coolers it took, right? How much meat we got. I didn't share a cost because, I mean, that kind of fluctuates because it's market prices. If you go to certain restaurants, there's market prices, so it changes.
Yeah.
But it ended up being right around $5 or a little under a pound, and that's for everything. So if you factor in your steaks, even your ground beef, it's cheaper than ground beef. Plus, you know where it came from, and I'm not telling. It is noticeably different.
Yep.
You put them side by side from the store to that, and you'll swear there's something wrong with the locker plant, you know, because you're so used to seeing that pale.
Yes.
It's just nasty looking. After a while.
You're getting all that meat for the same price as what you would hamburger at the store.
I think it's even a little cheaper. But
fillet, and I think that's important to keep in mind. Your fillets, your ribeyes, your sirloin, all that stuff.
I mean, your ribeyes are $15 a pound at the store. Fillets are more.
Yeah.
So it all averages out, but I mean, it is a little bit of a hassle. You have to burn a half a day and to do it right. It's not like it just door dashes to your front door, but it's so worth it. And where we go down in Odin, I mean, if anybody's gonna get something from you, which I highly encourage them to do, go down to Odin and take an extra cooler because they have a whole locker plant full of just different stuff that you can just buy.
Yep.
But
that DoorDash, you know, that's something I've kicked around. We could actually do that. What if there's some interest, and if people are calling, I'd be willing to bring it to them. I mean, there's be kind of some trip charge or that's how long did it take you to get to the butcher shop?
Well, it took me about an hour and 20, and it's down there by Ashland Cole.
Yeah.
So then they got some meat out of there too. They got a little deep freeze for Christmas. So they go down there a lot. So an hour and 20, and then I was probably there 30 minutes. They get you in and out quick.
Yeah.
And then back to the road. Now, I did it during the winter, so I didn't have to worry or rush to get home. Yeah. But if you do it in the dead of summer, I mean, you would want to just drive home. You don't have to race home. If it's real hot, maybe tape the lids down. Make sure it's real, the sun ain't beating down on it so it doesn't thaw out. But
pack them coolers.
But it's not that big a deal. I mean, you figure half a day, and it puts you out, and then you're set for.
Yeah.
I want to say at least half a year to 9 months, maybe a year.
I would say so. Yeah. I mean, depending on the size of the family, but half beef would.
I mean, if I'm
lot
eating
of
3
families
pounds a
different.
day or a week, a day, shit. I think I know what my
You
weight
might
loss.
be- yeah, you
Hey, we might want
need to let Jen
peel
meal
that
prep
back.
for you.
Yeah, you're on full feed there, Hoss. Yeah. Oh my God, man, you missed a show last night. By the way,
Oh, here we go.
I texted you, and I never do that. I
Was
did.
it a good show?
It
That
was
guy had
the
a
best
he had a
thing
TV
I've ever
show for a
been
while,
to,
didn't he?
man.
Madden? Was that who it was? John
Yeah,
Madden?
well, I went to see Frank Caliendo at Helium
Oh, yeah,
last night.
yeah.
I invited you, and you didn't come.
Let me know about 5
I
minutes
invited
before
Jeff
he was
too.
going.
Actually,
Did
I invited Jeff first. He said he couldn't go.
I see where we're at. Yeah.
So we took Hannah and her friend, and it was just,
Yeah.
I mean, being an older guy going downtown during the weeks kind of sucks. But once you get there, and that Caliendo guy, he comes out, and he came out with a sucker punch. He goes, "Yeah, I thought I'd be taller too." And everybody just starts laughing. And he just goes into Trump. He does Trump better than Trump. And then he went into Biden. He does Biden 10 times better than Biden. And this guy didn't take a breath for an hour and 20 minutes and had us in tears. I mean,
Really?
just bam, bam, bam.
Was there an opener too? Or was it
There's
just him?
three.
Okay.
Three openers. One of the openers was Tom Griswold's son. That was interesting. His name's, I forget his name. He was okay. The guy after him, I'm blanking on his name. He was hilarious. He's going places for sure. That Caliendo guy. I mean, when you see a guy like that, he's different. He's just different. Like immediately, you're like, this guy's different. There's something that nobody else has that this guy's got. It's awesome. It's awesome. So anybody, if you can do it, just go see him. It's worth it.
I think he had a TV show.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he talked about it. It was on Fox for a while.
Okay.
He shared some stories. Like at the end, he shared stories about like him and Madden. Madden didn't like him for a while,
Oh.
and then John Gruden. They just didn't like him for a while, and it's just because everybody's they're all competitors. So when somebody's trying to mock you, and when you're as good as Frank Caliendo, and you do you better than you, it's probably a little annoying. So anyway, but super nice guy. He is probably 5 feet tall.
Oh,
Little guy.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But he did Morgan Freeman. You'd swear to God, he just changed. And then this guy would like morph. He did John Gruden, like I said. He did George W. Bush, and every time he'd do an impersonation, he would almost look like him. Like he would look like George W. Bush, and he'd look like Biden, and he'd look like Trump, and I'm like, damn, dude, you're just like you're like the 4th of July all day long, boom, boom, boom. Anyway, so I wanted to rub that in, but that was a good one.
So did you find somebody to go with you?
Yeah, Jen brought Hannah and then one of Hannah's friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Front row?
Yeah. The secret is you just buy them right away. You don't ask.
Oh.
Like when you see it, like Tom Green was on there, and I didn't get in there quick enough. And I'm not. If I can't get on the front row, I don't do it because I know where I'm sitting, sway in the back, and you can't see nothing. So you either and they're the same price. So if you just got to get them first.
I see. Yeah.
But yeah, it was. And then it was the firemen's convention. Jen's driving, and I'm all wound up. I said, hell, you're distracted with all these hot, sexy firemen walking across the street. She's like, shut up. I'm like, I see what you're looking at. All these strapping studs. They're all like guys like us, but there's a few in there. But anyway, it was just a good time down there. It's nice to see downtown alive. Like
Yeah.
it's just like back to normal. But anyway, we're talking about livestock though. Sorry
No,
for the
that's
tangent.
all right. Yeah. I've been to a comedy show with you before. That was
Didn't we go to Helium once?
we went to Crackers.
Cracker, where's that at?
Is it? I don't even think it's still around. It's right. By Kilroy's maybe.
Well, that's where Helium. I wonder if Crackers and Helium.
Now it is
I don't know. It's probably the same area.
probably. Yeah, you and I and Jen and Afton went. That was maybe
That's
when
100
Afton
years
and I-
ago.
Yeah, we kind of first started dating probably. Yeah, she still talks about it. You embarrassed her really.
To Afton?
Yeah. You remember that?
Yeah.
On that front row, there's always a heckler. And
Oh,
usually the
I know where
heckler-
we're at. That's not where this is at. Yeah,
It's
I know.
not?
No,
Okay.
I know where you're at though.
Yeah.
I think that's Broad Ribble.
where we were,
Mm-hmm.
we were downtown. I thought we were downtown.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. We sat in the back.
Yeah.
Just heckling that guy.
Oh
And
yeah.
I thought, oh shit, here we go. he's gonna call us all out, but he didn't. You were heckling him, and then you guys were having a conversation. You and the comedian up there.
Well, I have a tendency to talk to people. Like I was talking to. Actually, I talked to Frank in the back. Like afterwards.
Did you?
That guy is just like us. He's no different. He just knows how to. He knows how to
get in that
entertain.
spot, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's almost like. It's almost like he can't not do that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like he can't. Like even talking, I said, dude, if I give you a couple $100, will you make like a little? It's like I can't do that right now. I was gonna have him make a custom thing for your birthday for next year. Yeah, but in a Trump voice. He's like, I can't. He's like, I got one of those pages. He's like, it ain't OnlyFans. It's for comedians. Like you can get on there and I'll do it there. I'm like, okay, never
I've
mind.
heard about
like
that
you can
stuff,
call
yeah.
in and yeah.
That's what you ought to do. You ought to start one of them pages up, like they call it Cameo or something.
Oh, like to do like a customized.
Yeah.
Who the hell would pay
Just
for
put it
that?
out there. You never know.
All right,
Put it out there.
so we're out here. I'm going to do this Cameo. They're $5. Call me. I'll make a custom video just for you. How's
I
that?
think you may get some hits on it.
Think so? May make $10.
We'll let you
Maybe
do a couple
15.
livestock ads and
Yeah.
the videos.
Back to that DoorDash though. I like that idea.
I just think that we drop we go to the butcher shop, take the
Yeah.
animal there, and
Because
then
you take the hassle out of it.
we just pick it up and drop it off at your garage. Or I mean, where bring it.
So
in
would
the
you
kitchen,
have
whatever.
to supply your own coolers, or you're like, I'm dropping them off?
Oh, well, I don't know. I just kind of thought about it. You had mentioned it. Probably whenever you picked up that stuff, but.
Well, I was complaining. I was like, man, why don't you
It's
just
a long
deliver this
way
damn
down
thing?
there. Why don't you bring it to me? Yeah, yeah. And I mean, I gave you a cooler with it too.
I don't even
So
want to
gave
talk
you a
about this cooler. You gave me back a broken cooler that doesn't even keep stuff cold. So I'm not sure what you gave me. Basically a brown paper bag back.
Well,
It
yeah.
says Igloo on the side.
That thing, it started out yours. It was broken, had holes in it, didn't shut right.
It had a
Lid fell
garage
off
sale
of it.
sign, $5 garage sale sticker on it. Son of a gun. Yeah, I think it's a wrong one.
So I kept that thing in the garage, waiting to give it back to you, and finally did. And I guess it did. Did you even use it?
It blew out on the way home. Yeah.
Okay.
I said it was 5 coolers. It's really only 4. The empty one blew out, so it was smoke and mirrors.
Yeah. But
That
that
was full
is,
of
I
ice
mean,
cream.
it's a long way down there from Plainfield.
Yeah.
So
It's a
Yeah, I
pretty
think if
drive,
you-
though.
yeah.
And like I said, if you could just say, hey, I'm going to take a half a day.
69 will shoot you right down.
Oh, yeah.
But we don't. I mean, we use some other butchers too that are closer, and I mean, it's
Yeah.
where you can get in. How it
But what
works
you
out.
said, though, is now that 69 is open, you can get down there.
Yeah.
So I went the other way, like 231, like you know what I mean?
Okay. Yep.
Whatever way that is. But, yeah, you can get down there in a hurry if you want to. Because, like, Ashland and Cole, they don't live too far from there. We can get to their house in an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay.
It used to take about an hour and 30.
Yeah, but I think we can do that. It's something that we haven't really delivered, but that's no big.
Well, why don't you just deliver it next time for free?
What-
I have a coupon.
I'll deliver it to you for free.
For real?
We'll
Yeah.
talk about what the upfront cost is.
Oh, we got to adjust the price adjustment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you just got back from Colorado. What are you doing out there? Looking at didn't you go on a trip?
No, I did not go to Colorado.
You just went somewhere.
I went.
Then you
Colorado
lied to us
too.
because we were supposed to go on spring
we
break
went to,
together.
We
You
went
said,
to
"I gotta
spring
go look
break.
at
We went
ca-"
to Texas in spring break.
I thought you went and looked at cattle.
We did in Texas. Yeah,
Yeah.
we went to. So we went spring break. First time we've been to spring break. My work. There's a big deadline lines up always with spring break in the crop insurance business, and this year our spring break got moved back a week, so it kind of opened up the door. We were able to go to spring break. So we wanted to. I like to go to cattle shows, livestock shows, hogs and stuff, and of course, Afton and the kids they like to go to the beach. So we landed on.
You hate the beach.
We landed on Galveston, Texas area.
Oh,
There's a
Galveston.
beach there. So and the Houston Stock Show was going on that same time. So
Dirty ass water in Galveston. That's what
have you
Charles
been?
Barkley says.
Really?
I've sent you all those reels. Charles Barkley is a treasure, by the way.
Oh, he is
The funniest
Yeah.
organic person on TV is
Yeah.
Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
And he hates Galveston. It's that
I'll
dirty
tell
ass
you, it
water.
is.
That's what he says.
It's
got-
probably true.
You earned
yeah.
a trip to Galveston. That dirty ass water. Galveston. You got to
Oh,
watch it. It's
man,
so funny.
I'll
Him and
look it
Shaq.
up. It is. That's true.
It's
It is
dirty ass
dirty.
water, yeah.
The whole beach is kind of
It's dirty.
but it's it's what you want to do. I guess do you want to pay more to go to I don't know Myrtle Beach or
Or
Panama
get
City or
hepatitis in
whatever.
Galveston. Yeah.
Or you go and you got to deal with the tin cans blowing
Yeah.
up on the beach.
Yeah.
And worry about cutting your foot. Yeah. But there's no really big tall condos. It's all little houses up on stilts.
Oh, really?
We were north of Galveston. We were in this Crystal Beach area. And everything's up. It's not really developed.
Oh.
So it's a lot more laid back, more conservative, I guess. It's Texas. You got to fend for yourself a little bit.
Oh, no. I've been studying Texas quite a bit. We kind of want to do some work out there. Like, we're working on it. We're not
Yeah.
there yet, but yeah.
Yeah.
Dallas, Fort Worth area. Where that's our next move.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Man, are you going to pack up and?
No.
Oh. Yeah.
No, just like we want to do some work out that way.
Okay.
Stay here. I just want to expand. It's a fun, cool niche market out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, maybe you ought to look into Galveston. I mean, there's some
That dirty
there's a
ass
little-
water.
there's-
Every time I hear
there's
Galveston, I
beach houses
immediately
popping
think of
up
him.
there all the
Really?
time. Yeah, all on stilts.
Yeah. Well, they get the
20
high
foot up
water.
in the air. Yeah.
Speaking of high water, damn, did you guys get a lot of that rain down
we
there?
did. We got at least 7 inches.
That's what I heard. Yeah,
Maybe
Brown
more.
County, your county, Monroe County,
Owen County.
County.
Yep. River just went down. I mean, there's several roads that flood, and they just you can just finally cross some of them.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's been a mess. Yeah, we're doing a little project for somebody over on the lake, and all of a sudden, one of the neighbors called the customer and called us and said, "Hey, some of your material's starting to float down the lake,
Really?
the river."
What about your boat?
I had hell. There was no boat, no boat there.
Oh, you move it to.
I don't know what the customer did with their boat.
Oh.
But anyway, as it was receding, I guess some of the exterior wood was drifted away, so they kind of pulled it to the shore.
I see.
I mean, it went down the same day, but it just came up so quick. I guess that area, the guy was saying, that's 8,000 acres of surface water that goes through about 100 acres of land, if that makes sense. So if it rains 7 inches, it's like a bowl, and
It's
it
all
just
coming
flushes
into that.
through there. Yeah, so.
Man. So it really raised
Like it comes up a couple feet real quick and then it goes down. Nothing like North Carolina or wherever they had it. Last year.
Yeah.
Got real bad.
Yeah.
But no, it's farmers are going to need to dry out for a while. And then I thought of you about the crop insurance, and it's a mess.
It's still early. Yeah, it's early enough to.
They haven't planted yet, so
Right. But mostly.
Yeah.
There is some stuff
some is
around,
planted.
But yeah. But I think we'll be. We're in that time frame now where they can plant. They've got a couple months. So
Yeah.
things will dry. Once it warms up, wind comes out, it'll dry. A lot of that
Oh,
stuff will
yeah.
dry pretty quick.
Yeah. So back to the kids. So he got 2 goats. These are just for what? For 4-H?
Wade's not in 4-H yet, so we weren't going to show goats this year. Last year we had, I don't know if you remember, we had Rowan's first year in actual 4-H, so we had a little bit of everything. We had a rabbit, sheep, goats, pigs, cattle.
Remind me to circle back to when we came and watched her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we decided we were going to cut back on some stuff this year because it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
We're working, we're doing other things too. It takes a lot of time, so we're going to cut back. Well, our idea of cutting back is cutting back what comes to find out, the rabbit. We got rid of the rabbit.
Oh my gosh, the most low maintenance.
So now we have 4 sheep, and we weren't going to do goats, but Afton and I got to talking, and she said, Wade really likes that goat, or he did last year. We really need to give him something to do down there. And so we went to a friend of mine's place, and they fell in love with this little bottle goat, and he talked us into another goat. So we got 2 goats for Wade, while Rowan works with her 4 sheep, and then we all kind of do the cattle and the hogs too.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Wade, it's kind of neat. 2 of these things, one of them's real little, this bottle goat I mentioned. We were walking those sheep the other day. You halter them, walk around, get them trained. And this damn little goat was out of the barn. He was just wandering around. He came out from the overhead door, had his head stick. He got out of it's a mystery. I don't know how he got out of this pen. He's not big enough to jump over the fence.
They don't
He's
just
crawled-
run away.
He crawled through this. I had to crawl through this little hole that, I mean, no bigger than that phone. Really, I don't. He's like a mouse. Gets
Really?
his nose in there.
So
and
it's
then
just a little
squeezes-
baby goat. Little.
Yeah, he's
they're at-
probably
They ain't full grown yet.
no. I mean,
They
you could-
fainting goats, the ones that faint.
this one's gonna faint. Well, I told the guy we got it off of. I said, if this damn thing don't stay in its pen, he's coming back to you because I want my money back out of this thing.
Oh, you paid for the goat?
Well, we paid for the pair of them. We did some trading.
Hell, I know a lady that'll give you goats.
Oh yeah.
She lives here in Mooresville.
I'm not looking for goats.
I'll give you her number. She's got goats.
Your
You can-
goats are worth a little
Yeah.
something. Maybe
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I still have her number. She's an older lady. She had goats all the time. Like, she carries them
Just
with
gives
her.
them away. Oh
No,
okay.
she
Well,
just
what?
like fosters them or whatever.
Oh,
I don't understand it.
Yeah, it sounds like
Yeah, I don't understand it either.
it sounds like a mess.
Yeah. So the kids love it, right? It's not like they don't feel like they have to do
No,
it.
we force it on them.
Yeah. Because like my kids, I don't even know if they understand. Like some kids just like that life. They love that life.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I loved that life when I was on the farm. It didn't feel like work to me. It's just part of what you did.
Yeah, I think so. It's, the kids, they don't want to go to the barn when you're saying, hey, we got to go to the barn. We
Yeah.
got to feed, we got to go take care of stuff. But I'm telling you, as soon as they get out of the door,
Yeah.
it's a whole different deal. I mean, they're in their element. And I really believe that there's no better place to have conversations with your kids about school, about
Yep.
what's going on in their day, than when you're spending time together down there. I look at it, people tell me all the time, how do you spend, I mean, why would you spend that much money on a show steer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And these things, if you get online and look at these things can sell for 20, 30, 40,000 on up to 100. I mean, the sky's the limit. on
Right.
it. And I'm not saying that you got to spend that kind of money, because I'm not. But even, 3, 4, 5,000,
Mhm.
how can you justify doing it? And the correlation between that and production agriculture,
Yep.
raising these, there's not a big correlation in the part that from the standpoint that commercial cast's not worth that much. I mean, fat cattle are getting close to it right now, but it's more than that. It's more like a travel sports team.
Yeah.
You're doing that with the kids, and we do some sports. We don't do travel sports, but when that kid's out there on the baseball field, they're with the coach. And I'm not knocking any of
No,
that stuff at all, but they're with the coach. When we're showing livestock, they're with the parents, and the coach could be who they're buying, who we're buying some animals off of, and different friends that are helping raise these kids too at the shows. But it's more than just having an animal. It's the whole. It's our sport.
Yeah, it is, and it's life too. It teaches you the whole full circle of life because you can't get attached
Yeah.
to the animals. I mean, you do.
Yeah.
Even 4-H, you do, but you know what's coming.
Yeah.
It's feeding you, right?
Yeah.
So it teaches you the value of everything: food, how you take care of your food, and the people around you. I mean, like livestock, there's so many people that touch that animal, right? You got the vet, you got the people.
Yeah.
Just there's a lot to it that a lot of people take that for granted. A lot of people don't even understand where it comes from, and it's kind of sad. I'm not making fun of that either, but there's a lot of people that really, truly, they're like, ooh, I would never do that to. I could never butcher that and eat that. I'm like, well, you just did, and you have been your whole life. Have you not?
Yeah.
They just don't understand that process of what it takes. And your kids, it's second nature to them.
Yeah.
Like that's what they know. And
Yep. We talk about full circle things come back around, and it is. I mean, if it's, with that animal, somebody's got to get up and feed that thing every day. I mean, if it's Rowan's job to take care of those sheep or the calf or whatever, someone's got to feed it, and if she's not going to get up and feed it, she's got to find out who is.
Yeah.
Or that thing's just not going to eat.
Yeah.
And then it's, that life is relying on someone else to feed
Yeah.
it. So that responsibility piece, it's big, and it can't just go forage around in the woods to eat acorns. I mean, it's relying on you, and then full circle back to the to the dinner table too. And
Yeah.
and with a little kid, that's a challenge. I mean, how are you gonna? That could be a whole different episode. But
Yeah.
how are you gonna? How are you gonna teach them? Hey, you're raising this thing, but then, it's gonna be we're gonna eat this thing at the end of the day. And I'll tell you, I was raised that way, but what we did with Zane, my son, when his first 4-H or his first year 4-H, we landed on this. We told him, and you may think it's crazy, or whoever's listening to the show may think this is crazy, but we landed on.
It's just us.
Oh, it's probably us. Yeah, this we'll look back on in a few years. Black Betty was this gilt's name that we had showed, and we butchered it, and we said, Zane, here's the deal. That you loved Black Betty, but that thing's going to be with you now the rest of your life. She's going to help you grow. So that thing's in your body, somehow helping your cells grow. And I thought, I don't know how this is going to work, but
Did it
said,
work?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it worked. Yeah.
Does he think he's
Black Betty's still with him?
It really? Man, I tell you what, I still look back at his career in 4-H, and the time you put, I still think about it. How much time you put into that, into him, getting him, and then he just took off. He won so many.
He did good. Yeah.
And then we went and saw Rocco show for the first time. Brooklyn and I came down.
That's right. You guys came to the fair.
It was her first time, and I really wish we didn't, because I think she saw Brooklyn and got nervous or something. And then her steer or heifer, I don't know which one she was showing, but got a little sideways. She handled it very, very well, but I could tell I saw a little coop that day, and it's just she's just like you in that route and that part. But the time I could see it, like from an outsider, like Zane, and your kids will always love you and appreciate you and thank you for that. I mean, they may not right now, but years down the road.
Yeah, I appreciate
that. That is one of the coolest things I ever saw you do.
Well, thanks. Yeah,
so keep that up. Yeah.
Well, let me. You mentioned that steer getting away. It may have got away from it.
It got away from it. Knocked her down. It was just.
It was a bad day.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't. It was part of it.
Yeah.
But she hung in there, and so Black Betty. I was telling you the story about Black Betty. Big old sausage patty or pork chop, I think. But anyway, so we butchered Little Baby. That was the steer's name.
Yeah. Just don't name them.
Well, we did. That's part of it. Yes. So anyway, we're that calf beat up on her pretty good, on the show ring, and we butchered it. We kept half of it, and I got them steaks cut pretty big.
Yeah.
And anyway, we grill them up, and Afton said, I don't know, she probably not gonna want to eat that calf.
She's probably gonna eat it out of spite.
Well, I said, hey, you want a bite of this steak? She was eating her chicken nuggets or whatever, And I said, you want a bite of this steak? And Rowan says, what one is that? I said, that's Little Baby. Give me a piece of that damn thing. She said.
Was that the same one?
Yeah, same one. Knocked her down. She said, that's the best steak I ever had.
Oh, she was madder to hoard it. Matter of fact, we kind of like did that Homer Simpson and backing into the bushes.
Yeah.
We're like, I said, Brooke, let's just get out of here.
No, it was good that you guys were there. You guys came. You got some good pictures.
It wasn't us that was the reason. It was just, I think that added to it. That's all I was saying. That was going to happen regardless. I think that steer. You think it was a steer, right?
Yeah, it was a steer.
It's a bad day.
It just, that calf had got away from her.
I've shown more cattle, Cooper. You know what I mean? Like, I know. I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah. No, it's a good. We enjoy it, and the kids, they enjoy it. They need nudged along a little bit to get down there. Like I said, once they get to the barn,
nothing will humble you by getting drugged by a steer.
Yeah, that's right.
And then you get up and live and tell about it.
I told my nephew one time, he was a little timid around them for a while, and my brother too. And I probably told him this when he was little, but you're going to get kicked by these things every once in a while, and there's no way around it. If you don't know when you sneak or you walk up behind them, you get kicked. Well, it hurts.
It hurts and it's quick. Yeah, it's like quicker than you think.
And I found that sometimes whenever something like that happens, you just got to plow right through it.
Yeah.
Like a buffalo, you got to walk right.
Oh
through
yeah.
It,
Hell yeah.
So.
Or an eagle, just fly right.
Yeah. So Bryson, my nephew, he got kicked hard. I mean, he got caught between a couple kills and got kicked, maybe even a couple times, like boom, boom, and he started crying. He was trying to, and I said, "See, you got that out of the way.
Yeah.
You realize it doesn't hurt." Oh, Uncle Chad, it hurts. It hurts. Sometimes you can't buffalo your way through.
No,
it either.
sometimes you
gotta
can't.
yeah.
But I know what you're saying, and yeah, sometimes if I see that, I pick the kid up, and we can't give it any more attention. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's just keep distracted. It's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Because what happens if you sit there and dwell on that? That's what we're dealing
Yeah.
with.
And we're assuming there's no blood or bones sticking out of the
Even if
leg,
there is,
too.
just dirt. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. We gotta get through the day.
Rub some dirt on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll never forget
Man.
Bo. I think I told this story before, but I'll make it quick. But Bo, he's real little, and I was on my knee, like he was running into me. It was like, afternoon or something, and I just give him a little elbow, and after a while, I was like, all right, we gotta stop doing this. He wouldn't stop, so I gave him just a little extra, and he fell down again like he normally did. He's like, oh, my thumb, my thumb. I'm like, hell, you'll be fine. Come on, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
I said, let's go outside and wash Mom's van or something. Get your mind off of it. We start washing the van, and Jen's like, I think he's hurt. I said, he ain't hurt. He's fine. And we're washing the van, and Bo's like, he was not crying anymore. He's like, Dad, my thumb really hurts. I said, well, let me see that thing. I said, put it side by side your other one. And it looked like a cartoon. I said, oh. And Jen's like right there. She's like, ready to take him now? I'm like, yeah, probably going to get that.
Oh, man.
He just landed on it funky.
Yeah.
And I said, so she took him to go get it checked out. I said, you tell that doctor, he's going to ask what happened. I said, you tell him you messed with the bull and you got the horns. Not even thinking anything of it. Jen goes, they're going to call like whatever on you. I'm like, no, they won't. Anyway, so the doctor says, so what happened? And Jen starts laughing. She's like, tell him. And he said it, and the doctor laughs. He's like, horsing around with the old man. And Jen explained what happened. It was just we were just goofing off, and he landed on his thumb. But that was a funny story. So sometimes you can't rub dirt on it. He was in a little cast for felt bad. He just fractured it, just a little hairline fracture.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't fake some of that. Sometimes you are hurt.
Yep. Sometimes.
But
yeah. Speaking of hurt, I was driving up here and I thought, what the hell are we going to talk about for that long? I've got a little set. It's like it's my podcast.
Do it, please do.
So
it is stressful to come up with things to talk about.
So we kind of started this. We're going to shift gears here a little bit for all listeners at home.
All two of them.
We started this last time. A little segment I like to play in my own head. Who's tougher? Okay?
Ooh, I like this.
And if you talk to my mother,
Ooh, I like this. Kathy?
She says
Hi, Kathy.
Chad, you did this stuff. You would do this when you were little all the time. I don't remember all that, but who's tougher? Okay, so you watch Yellowstone.
Yeah.
We'll probably talk about Yellowstone too.
I like Yellowstone.
Did you watch that 1923?
Yeah.
Okay, and you watch what's the other one?
Yeah.
The older one. Where they're on you know what I mean. Where they're
The
traveling up through-
1875, whatever.
Yeah,
Just throw a number out there. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. All them characters, you've got Rip, and you've got John Dutton, and
I'm Rip. You know that.
you can be Rip.
Okay.
I'm Spencer.
Spencer's
That's the one in 1923.
gay one? Huh?
What, who? No,
What's
no,
with Spencer?
no. You're talking about Jimmy. You are Jimmy.
I am
think.
fucking Rip. I'm Rip.
So all them who do you think is the toughest character in the
Rip.
I think that's Spencer.
There's
is.
nobody tougher than Rip.
Oh, it's that Spencer.
You mean to tell me?
1923.
You mean to tell me? You think that guy's tougher?
You've not watched it. You've not watched it.
I haven't.
That's what I thought.
Wait a minute. Is that the one with?
Just got over.
Yeah, we
Harrison
watched it.
Ford, Han Solo.
Yeah, no, I watched it. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one of the better ones.
You see the ending of it? I mean, the ending?
No, I think I got 2 more to go.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's real talk, but I have watched some of it.
Yeah. Well, I think you'll change your mind. I think
Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yep. I think he's just no nonsense. Well, Rip's no nonsense.
Well, so is Chuck Norris.
Well, we can't bring. I mean,
Well, you
that's
have
the trump
to.
card. That's the trump card. I mean, you can't.
Who do you
bring
think's
him in
tougher,
off the,
for
right
real?
off the bat? You
Rip,
can't bring Chuck Norris. into
Rip,
it.
or me?
I mean, well, that's not even.
Rip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you think's tougher, you or me?
We may find out. Sooner
You want
or
to?
later. Sooner or later. I think.
Let's just do it. Let's not be violent. Let's do like a chicken wing eating contest. Let's see who
You
survives.
probably like the hot dog eating contest.
No,
sent
you
me that
would too,
video of
because you
that
like
hot
that.
dog.
You like that one guy. Sorry about you. Not knocking it if that's the way you are. That's the way you are. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez.
Oh man.
The hell. See what happens when you take over? I don't even know what happened.
Yeah. Who did we talk about last time? Which Rocky? Have you put any more thought into that? Which Rocky villain is the toughest one?
Yeah, I think the toughest one. It's the Russian.
Yeah, I would say
It has to be.
Yeah, probably.
He's the toughest guy.
Hey,
Here's
Apollo
a good
Creed.
one.
He killed Apollo Creed though.
He did.
Yeah, so it can't be Apollo.
And then the guy actually passed away like 2 years ago. He was on the Happy Gilmore.
After he got done boxing, he was a golf pro.
Yeah. Who do you think would win in a fight? That guy, the Russian, or Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Oh, the Russian.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good comparison. The Russian because of sheer punching
Power
strength.
and yeah.
But Jean-Claude Van
You mean
Damme.
back then or
But
currently?
Jean-Claude, I'm not even saying this guy's name, on cocaine would kill anybody because he
Oh,
was a
was he on
cokehead.
co-
Oh,
he
my
was?
God,
Oh.
yes.
Oh,
Big, yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I would say the toughest one out right now is that the Beekeeper. Have you seen
the
that
hell's
Beekeeper
that?
movie?
I don't watch TV.
Oh, he's Jason Statham.
Statham?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like shifty. He's like MacGyver tough, you know?
Yeah.
Like he's not like, I'm going to rip your face off with my bare hands tough. Like Rip would
Mm-hmm.
rip your face off with his bare hands.
But you think Rip on the Yellowstone characters? You think he's the toughest? That's a fair.
I
that's
think
fair.
that guy, what I like about that guy, and I admire about it, is he don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if there's 100 of you. I'm killing every single one of you. Or if there's one of you. It does not matter to him. And that's what I like about him.
Yeah, that's fair. I think you'll watch this last couple episodes, 1923.
Yeah.
I think you'll change your mind.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, I got to think about that now. I don't watch much TV.
Yeah. Well,
Matter of
we
fact, though,
watched that. We watched that.
The
one.
March Madness, I'm ashamed to say this, kind of. March Madness final game was on Monday, and I didn't even turn the TV on. I forgot about it.
I didn't watch any of that. Did you fill
Yeah.
a bracket out?
No.
I filled a bracket out and I checked it at the end of, each day there were games playing to see how my bracket was.
Yeah.
going.
I'm kind of softly getting over organized sports, especially at the professional level, because I'm kind of seeing through some of this shit. It's like,
What do you mean?
I don't know. It's just it's a business.
Mm.
I'm not saying college, March Madness, that's different. I'm saying at the professional NFL levels, it's a business. WWE, which used to be WWF, I mean, it's a business. It's all fake.
No,
You know what I'm saying? It's all the same
WWE?
shit, man. It's all the same shit.
You sound like our parents telling us that stuff's fake.
It is
WWE.
fake.
Oh,
Watch the
WWE.
documentaries. I mean, it's real. Like they get hurt. Like it's an
Yeah,
aggressive
yeah.
thing, but it's already planned who's winning.
Okay, there. How about that? Okay,
Like they still get
WWE
hurt. They still die. Like there's things that happen.
WWE.
Yeah.
Who's
My
so
favorite
that-
sport's women's beach volleyball, dude. That's the most. That's the most
yeah,
intense.
yeah.
The best thing you can watch. I'm just kidding.
We grew up. Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant,
love Hulk
Ultimate
Hogan.
Warrior,
Yeah.
British Bulldog.
Did you know there was 2 Ultimate Warriors?
No,
Yes, there was. Read up on it. The one
No.
died, and then his brother, or so, I'm getting this wrong. There was 2 of them. They looked exactly the same.
I'll have to check on that.
I might need
don't
to
know.
fact check that.
Yeah, but
Jeff,
Sting,
you fact
you remember-
check? He's fact checking.
That Sting, you remember Sting and
Sting
the
from
Ultimate
Police,
Warrior, they were
the musician.
oh, the music.
Sting?
Well, his cousins,
Oh.
the other Sting.
What
yeah.
tell me about him.
They were partners. Ultimate Warrior and Sting
Yeah.
were partners for
Yeah.
a while. Yeah, and some other.
You remember
League.
Superfly Jimmy Snuka?
Oh yeah. So that era versus the era of like Stone Cold and
Steve
and
Austin?
Goldberg. Yeah. I mean,
So
which one-
that's a 20-year difference in terms of.
I thought they overlapped a little bit.
Well, they probably
Yeah.
did. But
Yeah.
like Hulk Hogan, like I've listened to a lot of his stuff. He's a good dude, but man, those guys were the originals. Like those were
Yeah.
the original entertainers. Then you had like the Undertaker come in.
Yeah.
He took it to a different level. Did you ever have
Kane.
those thumb wrestler things? I did.
I never did. No, I never.
Had more time on our hands than you did. Probably you're out feeding
I
cattle.
yeah, I had work to do. Yeah,
Yeah, we
you wouldn't
did
know
too.
what work is.
We did too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that wrestling, that was the way to live. That was living back then.
It-
I had the Hulkamania weight set.
Did you ever go to one? Did you ever watch one? We went
Never.
to, I think Market Square Arena.
Never been to one.
It was it was something. It was
No,
neat.
they say there's that midget wrestling like that comes to these towns.
Yeah.
I guess if you go once, you'll want to go every time. That's how much fun it is.
I bet.
There's people that go bananas over it. We probably should go.
We probably go watch.
I mean, I invited you to go to Frank Caliendo. You'd snub me. You know, you asked me to go see Childers.
We asked you to go on vacation. You no showed us. We had the cabin ready and everything on the beach.
You really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Really?
Yeah, this was just a couple weeks ago. I thought you were coming down there. Yeah.
Oh, we were busy. We had to go to daggone Disney World. We had to go to Disney World for spring break. You imagine? We had to go. It was Brooklyn Show Choir deal, which is great. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying we put in about 30,000 steps a day, and I still gained weight. That'll piss you off.
Man, I've never been to Disney.
You're not missing much. I mean, it's cool.
You don't like it?
I do like it, but I don't like it when I'm with people that don't. How's that? You know, like if you go to a place and 50% of you are loving it and the other 50% wish you were somewhere else, it's
Are you the 50 that wish you were somewhere else?
no, I'm the guy. I'm the kind of guy that I'm where my feet are. That's how I am. I am where my feet are. And I've lived that way for the last 7 years. Be where your feet are.
That's specific.
It is. It really is. And if you think about it, I'm in a place that I really don't like. If I had my rathers, I'd be on the beach somewhere. But we're at Disney, so I'm like, hey, we're gonna be here. We're
So
gonna
you
soak it
are
in.
you are present. You're present.
Yeah, there
in
you
the
go.
moment.
Yeah, be where your feet are. You know who taught me that? Ed Milet.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I thought that sounded like something I'd said before.
No, you told me to eat more beef.
Okay.
That's what you told me. Oh
Yeah.
man, you know those guys we were talking, Jeff. Those guys we were talking about out there. I want to talk to them. They seem like good guys. They're younger, better looking. Hell, they're awesome. I love those guys. So we're gonna talk to them. But man, I had them going thinking that your grandma was the where's the beef lady. He's like, really? We could have ran with that. Why didn't
Oh,
we?
Man, I don't know.
Do you have
got
their
me
info?
off guard. You
I want
caught me
to.
off guard.
I do want to circle back and talk to them. Man, they're good. They're good kids. They're good guys. How old are they?
Like almost my age.
Oh, young. Oh, you called us old. He just called us old. My age.
Man,
No, they're good guys. I like them.
you seem you want their phone number? Yeah, we go.
I
call
like
them
to.
up?
I like
No.
to surround myself
do you?
with great people.
Okay.
That is like what I do. If you're not great people, you ain't in my circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good dudes.
Yeah.
Doing it the right way.
That's what I like. And people like that, I'm not saying, I would help, but I just want to, hey, man, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
I could learn from you. We could all learn from each other kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't look at it as competition. Never have. Never will. But what else do you want to talk about with the livestock? This is a great time to give yourself a plug.
Yes, we will. We have
Do you have inventory? Like, what's that look like?
we have several spots open for July. So we've got several spots at butcher shops that a lot of them are spoken for, but we can put some people on the list.
So you need to reserve kind of.
Yeah, you need to get with me.
So it's
Cooper
not like you can,
Livestock Facebook page.
Okay.
Go through that route. Send a message there, and we can get you on the list. A small deposit would hold your spot. $100. We'll deliver it to the butcher shop, whether it be a hog or a beef. We've got some sheep we could get in there too.
sheep.
We'll have 4 sheep. Yeah.
Hey, look at that.
Yep. You betcha. There's some of the
Cooper
hogs.
livestock right there.
Yeah.
Man.
Now a lot of these
Jeff's
things are
all over
ones-
it, man.
Yes, Jeff, I like it. Yeah. So some of these, like this steer here, this white one, that thing is a calf that we had sold as a show steer, but some of them are ones that
See,
didn't
I
end
like
up.
your stuff. You know, you never liked my stuff.
I like it
I
all
don't
the
even-
time. I shared the stuff. I shared your stuff
I'm
the other day. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, that one will be shown up in Whitley County actually. But yeah, get a hold of us. That was class winner at Louisville last year, here in Hendricks County.
Do you have a like when you go out west or wherever to buy? Do you have do you have a routine or a favorite place to go? Like, what's that look like?
That's the best.
Or is it new every time?
No, there's some new and some old, and what I mean is that first off, that is my favorite week of the year.
I know it is,
Yeah,
and
that-
I appreciate you inviting me every time. And I know I can never make it to go, but
Yep.
you know, one of these days it'll work that I could go with you. But yeah, I know.
Yep.
Stack of invites that I just couldn't go are on my desk still. Yeah.
It's a week of South Dakota, Nebraska. Rowan's went with me 5 or 6 years. Last year, as she's getting older in school, she doesn't want to miss that much school. But Wade and I went out for the whole week, a little longer than a week, and then Rowan and Afton had flew out and they caught up with us in Omaha, and then we spent the last part of the last weekend we were all together. But yeah, we hit a lot of the same places. If I bought a steer at a place the previous year, we'll go back to that place for sure. If I haven't bought one off of them for a few years, then we probably take them off the list and find somebody new. But there's a lot of sales going on that week that we're out there, so everybody's ready for you, and it's kind of like I don't know, it's like a tour of that area. I mean, a lot of times you won't see anybody the whole day. I mean, unless you go into the town or eat lunch, but you'll pull up to a person's pasture and they'll have a 4-wheeler, a side-by-side sitting out there at the road.
For you to use.
Yeah, for me and whoever else is traveling. I mean,
Right.
there's so many people all over the country. But you'll jump on that 4-wheeler. Could you imagine driving down Highway 40 and there's a 4-wheeler sitting out there and you pull over and jump?
No.
I mean, it'd be gone.
It would be gone, yeah.
Yeah, so you jump on that thing, you drive that pasture, and we're talking about sections.
So it ain't tied up or not chained or nothing.
No,
so.
no. It's got a fence around a lot of times, so the
No, I mean
cattle
the
don't get-
4-wheeler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So the cattle don't lick the key out of it because that'll.
Oh
happen.
yeah.
But you open that gate and you take off, and I mean you're talking about some of them pastures, section 640 acres. So you take off out there. And
Wow.
It's cool. Yeah, it's fun. I mean to me that's the rest of the family wants to go to the beach. Well,
Oh yeah.
that's what I just.
Well, that's
said.
your thing. I know it has been for a long time. Do you remember your very first time out there?
I do. Yeah.
Were
yeah.
you by yourself? Did your dad go? Who went with you?
No, the first time I was in college when we went out west.
I'm talking the first time you went out as Cooper Livestock, going out to buy cattle.
Yeah, me and my brother went and took a guy from. I think the first time was me and Kevin.
Did you have to like take the briefcase full of cash back then, or were you able to like write a check?
So yeah, you buy them, then you go back and pick them up and pay for them.
So you got to drive back out. They don't bring
it's
them.
No, it's a two.
Have you ever just driven out with a trailer knowing you're gonna buy, so you can like cut that trip out?
Years ago, yeah. I mean, or when you go pick them things up, you'll stop at some other places.
Yeah.
But most of them are sales anymore. I mean, you're bidding on them. You're not just going and buying them like you're going to the
The
store.
internet's probably taken over, and probably nobody leaves their office now.
A lot of times, yeah. Yep.
You just trust that the video's
That's
good, what you're seeing is accurate.
Yep. And anymore, it probably is, but still, you can't. I mean, the fun part's going out there.
I know a couple guys that do hogs only, like, and that's how they do it. We know who they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just it's like selling cars, but it's livestock.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of it is that way.
Yeah. It's weird how things have changed. However, there's a competitive edge to it, which is honestly a little different. If you don't understand livestock, which I understand enough to know, but when you walk in there, there's always a couple guys you got to be like, "What are you doing here? You here to buy it all? You here to what do you?"
Oh,
like, there's
yeah,
just some
fire
there's
kit,
some
yeah,
guys that
yep.
are like, "Why are you here?
Yep.
And what are you buying? And are you just here to rent? Shoot the
Oh, I
prices
see
up?
what-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Man,
back to Rip though, he's tougher.
you think Rip? I think you're going to change your mind whenever you see it.
Well, I'm going to watch it tonight. Probably won't.
Yeah, Reacher. You watch Reacher?
Oh, Reacher. That guy. I'm glad my daughter ain't here. That guy's tough as hell.
You watched the last season? He about got his ass whipped by that.
I
dude.
know,
Well, he
but-
did get his.
Man, that guy. I'm not that way, but that guy's put together. You know what I mean? I kind of look like him. A
You
little
kind of
bit,
got that little tendency to you, don't you? You can kind of go that way. I think.
Not at
Yeah,
all,
you-
but I can appreciate a stud. You know what I mean? I can appreciate a stud. Hey, I mean the guy's like 6'4", 6'5", ripped.
I knew I called it right when I put that bumper sticker on your car.
Yeah, you
years
did.
ago,
Yeah, you did. No, I think that guy. I think that guy could whip Rip's ass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
That what's that guy? Alan. What's that guy's name? Alan something.
Reacher, just Reacher.
Yeah, Reacher. I don't know, man. He's tough. He's tough, but he's kind of a pretty boy. Like Rip is just all I'm gonna own your day.
I think John Dutton's tougher than Rip, though. He just gets it done. In as few of moves as possible. Like he grabbed that wine bottle that time, just hit the guy across the head with it.
Yeah, he's yeah. I can
know
see
what I
it.
mean?
I think it takes a
mean,
minute for him
yeah.
to lose his shit, but once he does, it's over really quickly. He
Yeah.
usually makes Beth do a lot of his dirty work.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I think that relationship's awesome. Like,
I think
one of
there'll
my
be a little
favorite lines.
spin-off of that. Won't
yeah.
there?
Oh yeah. It's like Beth, honey, I can't unhear that. Like she'll say some really like things dads don't want to hear. Honey, I can't unhear that. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
man. But
Well,
anyway, so
what,
what else you want to talk about?
what's our time limit on this?
Well, about an hour and 5 in. So I like to get to about an hour and 15, but we can cut her down now and go. Those steaks are still on the grill. They're probably done by now. You
Yeah.
gotta drive back to
Yeah.
Plainfield.
So back to them steaks here. Let's talk. So
Oh,
Jen,
yeah.
Jen had came up with a good idea, and I'd be open to this here. She said, "Coop, what you need to do is we'll bring some people over to the house, and you grill up some steaks, have a little tasting, and then sell halves of beef." What do you think of that? Think that's a good idea?
It sounds like a Longaberger basket party,
That's what it sounds like to me
but
too.
beef, and it's eating, and I like it. I do like it, but then you reserve, you put your orders in. Like it's like selling Amway. Like you got to sign before you leave. We'll get you a little.
I think that it would work better
I like
if we
it.
were doing like a package, like 20 pounds of meat or 100 pounds, and you're getting so many steaks, so many burgers.
But then I would be afraid you're comparing. Well, I like it, but they do. There's this truck that comes by here. I'm sure it's everywhere, and you get 100 steaks for $40 or whatever. They're paper thin and they're junk. You know, I wouldn't want you to be like compared to that because it is literally, it's high quality beef and pork
This
that
stuff
you
is,
sell.
yes, yeah.
These guys that are doing these packages for 100 whatever. It sounds great on paper, but when you get it back home, you're throwing half of it away.
Yeah.
So the packages would sound good. I like the idea of your half a beef or your whole hog, or you guys can split it up however you want.
I think so too. I want to stick with a half or a whole because you get into the packages, you're pulling things from different animals. And
Yeah.
half and whole, you're getting one animal. You know, all that stuff is coming from one.
Yeah.
You go to the groceries, and there's nothing wrong with going to the grocery store and buying your meat, but when you buy your sausage or your hamburger, it's coming from multiple sources.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? But yeah, it's just something to think about.
And
This isn't
another thing-
I thought this was brainstorming.
No, it is. I like
Okay.
it. Actually, I love this kind of stuff. I think another thing people are going to have to be understanding is you're not going to see the meat. Like when you get it, it's all wrapped in white paper. It's labeled very well, but like everybody's used to seeing clear packaging and all this stuff, right?
Yep.
You don't get that, and quite frankly, you don't want that because you don't get the freezer burn and all that. And you want to eat it within a year. But I like the packages. It's just you have to have the inventory. You almost have to have it pre-sold to do that, or just have an abundance of hamburger and steaks and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I think people are really wanting that whole. The best thing you can get on the hog, in my opinion, is whole hog pork burgers.
Yep,
There's
I think
nothing
so.
better in the world than that.
and get them. My recommendation, this will be the takeaway, is package them things up the way you want them.
Yes.
What I mean is the whole hog pork burgers. I would get those things a third pound or a half pound even.
Yeah.
And package them up in packages of 4. Butcher shop's always going to want to tell you do it a pound packages. So do a quarter
Yeah.
burgers.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, they're not big enough.
I
Go
agree
a
with
third
you.
pound or a half a pound.
Yeah.
But still keep it 4 per package. And man, you're gonna be so much happier. You're gonna grill them things. Your friends are gonna come over. Bash, man, these things are big burgers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd you get these at?
Cooper
my buddy
Livestock.
Cooper got them. Yeah.
I like that. I like that whole idea.
Yep.
Another thing, because I do think it's confusing when you have to fill out that cut sheet for most people.
Yeah.
Most people don't really know enough to know, but maybe you have like this is a Cooper's cut sheet,
Yeah.
or this is Bash's cut sheet,
I
or
like
this
that
is whoever's
idea.
cut sheet.
Yes, yeah.
And the only difference is you can dumb it down, and that's not being mean,
Yep.
because it is simplifying it. Maybe that's a better word to use.
Yep.
Because, like, when I went and filled it out, I was like, the lady says, "You want me to keep this on file for next time?" I'm like, yes, because I don't want to go through this again.
Yes, that's a good idea.
And if you go through and you just have like a little 20, 30-second commercial of the Cooper cut, whatever it is,
Yeah.
and it just simplifies
Yep.
it.
They pull that card out,
Yeah.
and there it is. Yeah.
So your steaks are 1.25 inches. You're getting
Yep.
half-pound burger patties. You're getting half already preformed patties, and you're going to get a half bulk
Yeah.
ground beef.
Yep.
All your steaks are going to be sent to me directly. Things like that. You know, I get all the steaks. You guys
Yes,
get
yeah.
the tallow, the beef tallow.
Tallow. Yeah.
Hey,
That's a
did
big
that tallow?
trend.
We got to get that tallow. Where's that at?
Did you? Well, we think we took it.
Did.
Did you get the oxtail?
Did not.
Yeah. If nobody takes it, they usually just throw it away.
A little disappointed.
I'd get it. Give it to the dog. Nothing
Hell,
else.
our dog's vegan.
What you could do is get that oxtail. Take it to the Mexican restaurant. I bet your waiter'd like it.
Our waiter would like it.
I bet he would,
You mean
yeah.
Francisco? He'd make it up.
Hey, they'll make it up. at
Just
home.
take this oxtail in.
Say, hey, or tell him before you take it in. Say, hey, I got a half beef. You want the oxtail? I've done it. They like it.
Really? We're gonna have Francisco
They'll
on.
bring you more chips next time you go.
Did you know? Speaking of chips, you know why I'm fat? I just saw this on the Facebook.
The
4
Facebook.
of those daggone chips, if you put them in as a tortilla,
Yeah.
and one of those tortillas is 90 to 100 calories. I eat probably 800 chips. That's why it's a no go. You can't eat those chips.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were that caloric. But anyway, that's where we're at. So,
Man.
if anybody wants some beef, some pork, farm raised, go to Cooper Livestock, right?
That's right. Yeah.
All right.
Look it up on Facebook and
On the face.
on the Facebook. Yes,
That's how
sir.
Francisco says it. Anything else you want to tell everybody before we skip out of here?
I think I'm looking something.
Taking
up
a
here.
call?
No, I'm looking something up here.
Oh boy.
I heard this on another podcast, and I tell my kids that is it okay to open up here a little bit?
Yes, of course.
I think that I tell them, let's challenge ourselves to
I already
anybody
like it.
that we interact with, whether it be through my job or through the Cooper Livestock, which is my job too.
Yes.
We need to find some way in line with keeping the main thing the main thing.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
we need to some way in our interactions with people, bringing things back to what is truly our purpose.
Yes.
And where I'm going with this is some way what is most important in our life, what's the main thing, and it could be a conversation with just a little hint, or are you prepared? When you're driving down the road, if you're in a wreck, are you
Yeah,
prepared?
right.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen to your family? Or do they know that you're living the right way? And I know that we're sitting here and we're cussing a little bit
Yeah.
and stuff, but I'm talking about big picture stuff. So on this podcast, what about today? You do with whatever you want to. I'm just talking about today, the Cooper podcast spinoff. What do you have a favorite verse? I heard this on a different podcast. Okay? At the end of it, they always end, what's your favorite verse or your favorite quote?
I do,
you
and I'm
have-
probably going to get the actual, it's Ecclesiastes 2, 1 or 2. I'm blank. There's a time for everything, a time to reap, a time to sow, a time to all the things. My dad taught me that one. So I do. That's my favorite, besides the obvious ones. I think it's Ecclesiastes 1. I'll have to look it up. I'm right there. I could find it if you had the Bible in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
But there's about 10 verses in it. And it's just, it walks you down. There's a time. It kind of ties in with what you're just saying.
Mm-hmm.
There's a time time for everything. Time to laugh, time to cry, time to all that. That's one thing that I love.
Yeah.
My dad hammered that when I was in high school. Like, I think
That's
he
a
used
good-
that to kind
yes.
of guide me whenever I got in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's a time to do this and there's a time not to do that.
Yep.
Kind of a thing.
That's good. I think it's.
What's yours?
I've got a lot of.
And
favorite
that
verses,
you didn't
but I
ask
did-
me that, so thanks
Yeah,
for blindsiding me.
I
with
knew
it.
it was putting you on the
Yeah.
spot, and you really remember it. Here I
Yeah.
am looking it up.
No,
because I always forget.
Ecclesiastes 1 or 2. I don't know. Both my grandfathers were pastors. They're passed away, so I can't call them.
Yep.
I could look. Can we look it up real quick?
This kind of I thought about this. I didn't give you any warning that we'd do this, so you did a great job of coming up with it. Mine is probably 1 Corinthians 9:24, and it says, "Do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize."
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't done it yet, but we're going to put up these different things in the barn, in the wash rack, where the kids can see them all the time, and we're going to put "Run to Win," and on the side of the trailer we're going to put "Run to Win," and it's got a meaning. I mean, you see it and you think, well, yeah, we got to run to win,
Mm-hmm.
but the thought is you got to run to win the right race. Okay, so that's what I want.
Well, that's interesting, and this is 100. It's kind of what this is. Learning to fly is the same concept of that.
Yeah.
Run to win.
Yep.
I like that. I've never heard that before. That's.
Yeah. But no, that's a good place. to
I'll
end.
have to write that one down.
Write that down.
Write
Yeah,
that down.
down.
Well, it's
That's right. We gotta
recorded.
record it.
It's
Yeah, that's
recorded,
right.
so it's
That's
there.
right.
But no, I like
That's
that.
right.
What
Yeah.
podcast was that? Do you remember?
Empowered You. Yes.
How are you?
Empower You. Yeah, Empower. It's a livestock deal. Two young guys do it out of Texas, and they interview these different judges and different livestock people, and it's a good podcast.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know them. I mean, so this is a shout out to them. I don't even
Yeah.
know I don't know them kids, but they do a good job.
They're younger kids.
I believe so. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe college students.
Well,
or
everybody's
something.
younger.
Yeah.
You realize we're old now?
Oh, don't go
There's no
there,
such.
man.
Look, Jeff's 10 years younger than us. Those kids are 20 years younger than us. We're the old people now.
Still feel 25.
I do.
That's a song, you know. Still feel 25.
Who sings it?
Tim McGraw, doesn't he?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Hell, I don't know.
I'm about, on the school board, there's a guy that when the meetings get long, he says, Mark's his name. He said, I'm about to the end of my usefulness right now. We're an hour and 17 minutes. I'm about to the end of my usefulness.
Well, I don't know. I think people tuned out about 20 minutes ago. No, just kidding. No, I like that, what you asked. That's, and thanks for blindsiding me with that. I'm going to think on that because I'm a thinker. I like to think on that. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I think that's super important. That is the most important. So, anyway, thanks for tuning in today, guys. I hope you got something out of this. Do check out Cooper Livestock. It is well worth it. If there's anything we can do to help connect you to him and his family, be happy to do it. Thanks for making the trip in. I know it's very
Thank you. Thanks
challenging
having
for you.
me.
This is a form of tithing for you, isn't it?
It is,
Spending
yes.
time-
I gotta come,
It's not always
yeah.
monetary. It's sometimes it's time. No, but I do value significantly our friendship and everything. So thanks for taking the time to come up here.
for having me. I
Anyway,
appreciate it.
everybody, if you got something out of this, please share the show to like-minded people. If you guys have any questions or topics you want us to cover, let us know in the comments or email me. I'm not hard to find. Thanks, everybody, and you guys have a great day.